The Office Ghost. In 2012, in the city of Manchester, located within the UK, the Castlefield House office building on Liverpool Road had something strange happen on the building's security cameras. The clips show an empty office building coming alive at night around 3 a.m. as chairs and papers fly across the room. Computers turn on and off, shadows glide across the walls, and something continuously jiggles a door handle while it all happens, as if whatever it is trying to get out. This building is in fact dubbed by the public as Manchester's most haunted office block, and it's home to dozens of companies, including several finance and PR firms. But it's highly debatable if the footage is real. As far as I can tell, I can't see any way that it's fake. Scott McKinnon, however, would have a different opinion. He runs Phoenix Paranormal Investigation from his home in Denton, UK, has for 20 plus years, and he believes the footage is fake. But what do you think? Is this fake? A woman shared a video of what she claims is a ghostly apparition in her sister's new rented house. The apparition was captured on CCTV footage her sister recently installed. Take a look. As we can see, the white apparition, which at first glance resembles a ghost, is simply floating left and right. The woman is absolutely certain that it's not trash or a spider's web stuck to her CCTV camera, as it was newly installed. She also described other oddities within the house. One of these is the numerous empty rooms on the second floor that have no doors. This chilling clip was captured by paranormal investigator Nikolai while exploring an old, abandoned home long rumored to be filled with haunting energy. But during his walkthrough, something completely unexpected stopped him cold. Take a look.
So this is creepy. We're here breaking down the haunted house for the season. Just casually was walking over here. Just noticed that there's something about a cone.
Do you want to play with me and all my friends? Come out, wherever you are.
This was not in the corn maze. This was not in the house.
Why do you look so scared? Everyone in the graveyard just wants to be friends.
No idea where this came from, and it's powered up.
I love the cemetery, especially at midnight, when it's colder, when the other children are long asleep, and the dead awaken.
Yeah,
Do you want to play with me and all my friends? Come Come out wherever you are.
That's gonna stay there. That's, yeah. That's gonna stay there. I don't know where it came from. And yeah, this is the life of working at a haunted house.
The expression on the doll's face, and even more disturbing, the things it began to say, were deeply unnerving. The tone of its voice, the strange rhythm of its movement, it felt less like a toy repeating a pre-recorded line, and more like a supernatural entity trying to communicate with him. Some viewers even claimed the doll seemed aware of Nikolai's presence, reacting to him as if it were alive. The most frightening part, it didn't appear to be done. The doll kept tilting its head in tiny, deliberate motions, almost as if it had more chilling messages to deliver, messages Nikolai had no intention of sticking around for. Rattled, he backed out of the house, saying he'd return another day to continue the investigation, but after witnessing that level of paranormal activity, he could only hope that when he does go back, that doll won't still be waiting in the dark. Nightcrawlers. In 2008, CCTV footage was released on YouTube and it went viral. What it showed was some sort of creature or paranormal entity walking on two legs with only a head, no arms, and no torso. The footage was later disregarded as it was too compressed and pixelated to tell whether or not it had been tampered with, although most said it looked too real to be CGI. 3 years later, in 2011, a couple was having trouble with break-ins near Yosemite National Park in California, so they pointed their security camera toward the driveway, and what they captured was very similar to the footage in 2008. Take a look. Still don't believe? Well, apparently, these stick-like creatures had a link to ancient Native American Indians, as you can see carvings out of trees that were done by them hundreds of years ago. Now, what do you think? On a Wednesday afternoon, a man rushes to his basement to record something that just happened. The man states that he just heard footsteps on the staircase, but this was strange as no one had been in the basement. So he takes this video, hoping to capture what often happens when no one is down there. This is what was caught. Take a look.
Oh my... What are you doing there? Who are you?
I got you good.
Oh, yes, you did. Oh, you got my heart good.
Out of nowhere, a toy ball seemingly throws itself at the man. Its sudden movement was enough to make him shut the door and stop the recording at once. What happened afterward is unknown, but based on the few details that were given, it's clear that the man and his family have kept away from this basement. Although lacking sufficient context, the video itself still holds up as being pretty creepy. Living with a paranormal presence inside your own home sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, but for a man named Tristan, it has become his reality. For several years now, his everyday routine has turned into a constant haunting, as an unseen force continues to torment him. He's been sharing these terrifying encounters on TikTok, capturing every moment of the supernatural activity. And sadly for him, the disturbances show no sign of stopping. He started filming after hearing a strange noise, instantly catching the hallway door slowly creeping open by itself. Moments later, he watched in horror as his own bedroom door began to shut on its own, as if pushed by an invisible hand. According to Tristan, he stopped recording for a few months, hoping the haunting would calm down, but instead, the paranormal activity seemed to escalate even more. From what he's captured, the spirit inside his house doesn't seem violent. It almost feels like it's desperately trying to get his attention. And judging by the way objects suddenly fall to the floor, it's safe to say the haunting has succeeded in making its presence known. A man who was working overnight in a coal mine was given goosebumps when he saw a ghostly figure on a very tall tree. Take a look. Captured on camera, an apparition, believed to be a woman, was seen sitting quietly atop a very tall tree, watching the man as he worked. The man, who clearly saw the apparition, immediately felt goosebumps and fear. The child. This one is definitely my own personal favorite because of the reaction. The reaction is so realistic, and it's definitely how I would have reacted too. What the video shows is a man opening a door that leads to some sort of corridor. I'm not sure if it's a part of his house, or if he's in an apartment building. In fact, there is little to no information about this video at all, which is mostly why I think it's so creepy. What the man finds outside his door can't be explained. Take a look. Jimmy's World Grill and Bar. Located within a shopping mall in the UK, this popular restaurant has never really had any strange occurrences reported before. But certain members of the staff from this specific restaurant have said that sometimes when it's late at night, they do hear strange noises in certain parts of it. In 2013, however, something happened. This footage was taken from a security camera within the restaurant, and it shows a woman finishing her meal and walking away. What happens next can't be explained, and even another customer notices it. Check it out. Now, I'm very skeptical when it comes to stuff like this, and I wouldn't show you guys something without the possibility of myself believing in it first. If it is a hoax, it's a damn good one, but what makes this so believable to me is the fact that when the plate crashed, this woman turned around and looked as if she heard what happened while her friend kept talking to her. If they were both in on it, I would think they would have both stopped together and looked. If this was a hoax and strings were used, I'm not sure how that would have worked either, because the woman, when she got up to leave the table, walked in front of where the cables could have been pulling the menu and plate. However, looking back at the footage, she doesn't seem too worried about her footing when she leaves. Could it be real? The manager commented on the issue. The customer who heard the crash brought the situation to his attention. He says, "When we heard about the footage, we thought it was a setup and staff having a bit of fun. However, we have been assured that this wasn't the case, and on further inspection of the footage, we cannot explain how this happened. Is it a publicity stunt? The restaurant already seems fairly popular. This next video was taken inside a house, where apparently something pretty creepy was caught on camera. Now, the person who took this owns not only this house, but a multitude of dogs. Each pet, according to them, is deeply cared for, as they can't help but treat their dogs like children. However, just like kids, there are moments when they do things that make them feel spooked. Whether it's staring at an empty space or growling at something that isn't there, they act in ways that are very peculiar. This is something that the owner has tried to ignore or pass off as something normal, but after encountering the following incident, they now believe that something else is going on. In the following video, the owner is alone at home when this is captured.
Hear it? Wow. Happens all the time.
Now, this wouldn't be the first time something like this has happened. It was just then that he was able to capture what both he and his wife have been experiencing. These knockings don't seem to have a common source, as they happen randomly throughout the house. On one occasion, the man's alone at home, when suddenly, she captures this.
Okay. Just happened again and the dogs are freaked out. Get it. David, come over here. Get it. You be right there. Something opens that door, you need to get him. Oh my god, I don't know if it's gonna happen again. It just happened again. Move, 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 move. Nobody there. The dog stopped barking now. Davey's freaking out by the door though.
Just like before, the source of these knocks is nowhere to be found. It isn't surprising to the couple that they can't see who or what is knocking. They believe that it's something supernatural. Given the strange behavior exhibited by their dogs, as well as other odd experiences they've had, it only makes sense to them that something unexplainable is happening. But like all videos, this incident remains elusive. Just what exactly did the couple get on camera? A paranormal investigator named Jake heads into a reportedly haunted museum. What he ends up filming inside is genuinely chilling. Take a look.
Haunted museum, guys. Here's Sully the dog. The goat. Look at that face, bro. Sully, speak! All right. This is where the Shadow Man was caught on camera, guys. This is a county museum. And we've heard all kinds of things in here. Footsteps, doors slamming. Oh my god. Creepy-ass mannequins, dude. Hello? Okay. Guys, we've seen so many ghosts here. My dad actually captured a ghost on camera. We're going to go into that room right now. We've seen the Shadow Man here. That's what he caught. You know what? I'll put the clip at the end of this video, so watch the end, and you guys will see the clip of the Shadow Man. I swear I just saw movement in the mirror, dude. Did anybody else see that? Back here is where the Shadow Man was captured, guys. It was caught right here, walking up these stairs. Anybody? What was that? Okay, screw this. Here's the footage of the Shadow Man, guys, and if you're still watching, hit that follow button and click on the live stream because I am probably live right now.
The odd movements, faint sounds, and thick, heavy air made the entire building feel completely off. Even Jake, who's explored countless ghost-infested places, admitted that something about this museum carried a different kind of supernatural tension. But maybe that isn't too shocking. Museums are often rumored to be hotspots for paranormal activity. They're filled with ancient relics, items once handled by people long dead, some tied to battles, rituals, or tragic pasts. Many ghost hunters believe these artifacts can store lingering residual energy, like emotional echoes repeating themselves through time. Others claim that spirits cling to the objects they cherished or suffered around, especially if those belongings were stolen, ignored, or disturbed. So, was Jake sensing one of these restless spirits? Or had he encountered something far more sinister? Until others report similar haunting experiences inside this museum, whatever he captured remains a dark, unsettling mystery. YouTuber Mellowbird. If you haven't heard of Mellowbird, he's a popular YouTuber who has uploaded many videos displaying what he believes to be a poltergeist within his house that he says is haunted. In this video, you can see him sitting at his table with an Ouija board and an electromagnetic field detector, which is believed to tell when ghosts are near. The EMF detector spikes, and what happens next can't be explained. His videos seem too good to be true, but he has also made many videos debunking others' disbelief. Check out the footage, and tell me what you think.
Hi guys, happy Halloween. We're gonna try this again. Didn't work out too well last time. I'm a bit like this now. If you didn't see what happened last time, I'll annotatify it up there somewhere. 1, 2, 3. I didn't swear. I don't know. I'm tempted to run out the garden. I really can't do anything with that anyway. The noise is going on. Alright, that's pretty much garden time. The power of Christ compels ye. That's terrible. Garden time.
Animals often sense things long before we ever notice them. In the weeks leading up to this moment, the house had been giving the family subtle warnings that something was off. A bedroom light flickering for no reason, toys that were neatly placed suddenly thrown everywhere, and the faint sound of footsteps drifting along the upstairs hallway. They tried to blame it on old floors and electrical issues, but the dog's behavior kept raising red flags. It began sleeping at the bottom of the staircase, refused to walk down one specific hallway after dark, and even woke the whole house one night by growling at an empty corner for nearly 5 minutes. Then, on the day Kevin was home alone, this happened. Watch closely. What do you hear, buddy? Some viewers slowed down the footage and boosted the brightness, claiming they could see a shadowy figure glide along the wall where the dog kept staring. Others think it was nothing more than lighting or camera compression, but the dog's intense reaction, both before and after, makes the paranormal activity hard to ignore. So, what exactly is happening in this home? And if you had to choose the next step to remove whatever presence might be there, what would you try first? A cleansing ritual? Protective prayers? Bringing in a medium? A full home inspection? Or would you just pack up and leave? Share your thoughts. The rake. The rake might be paranormal, or it might be a living animal. It is described by original reports as a naked man or large hairless dog of some sort with a body position that seems unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car. The creator of the original account of the rake is yet unknown. According to accounts, the rake was written of on 4 different continents and was first described in the 12th century, around 1100 to 1200 AD, but provides actual testimony from the year 1691 at the earliest. A mariner's log from 1691 says, "He came to me in my sleep. From the foot of my bed I felt a sensation. He took everything. We must return to England. We shall not return here again at the request of the rake." The next earliest is an account from the 1800s, where it cites a Spanish journal entry describing it as having hollow eyes. Following that is a 1964 suicide note mentioning the rake, and the accounts go on. Supposedly, the rake lives within dense forests. This theory came about when a man left his camera in a forest in Louisiana. When he returned, the camera had been destroyed, but the memory card was intact, and this image was recovered and was later featured on the news. Then, as the years went by, more people began searching for the rake and finding it, but none of the evidence was more compelling than a routine telescopic camera search in Liverpool back in April of 2011. The Northwest Water Company spotted something unusual lurking around down there on 3 separate occasions. Take a look. Seeing a woman who looked very strange sitting on the side of the road, the 2 men driving the car immediately pulled over and stopped. Next, this is what happened. Take a look.
Trời ơi, cái gì kia? Hình như có người ngồi cạnh đường. Đừng tới gần nữa. Nhìn nhìn bên kia, biển, mất rồi. Nhìn bên kia, biển, mất rồi.
Caught on camera, the strange and frightening white-faced woman, who was initially sitting, suddenly rose to her feet and then immediately disappeared. Those who witnessed it were immediately terrified.
Đừng tới gần nữa. Nhìn bên kia, biển, mất rồi.
This next piece of footage was caught by abandoned mine explorer that uploads all of his footage to his YouTube channel. He has explored over 100 mines, but has never encountered anything as creepy as what he found in the abandoned Horton mine located within Nevada. Frank is not a paranormal investigator, and never has been. He is used to the atmosphere of abandoned mines, but this one was different. Judging by his other videos, there's no reason to believe that this video was a hoax. The footage speaks for itself, so take a look.
I don't know why that one chain is swinging back there. Don't know if you can see that in the video or not. Yeah, this mine definitely has a very spooky vibe to it. So I'm going to head back out and check out the other stuff that's here. This is just too wet and too muddy. And obviously something is making the chains swing. So time to get the hell out of here.
Now, if that wasn't weird enough, the following year, Frank went back to the Horton mine and ventured in deeper. What happens next, whether it's real or not, is for you to decide.
There's the ore pass with all the cascading water and what the fuck is that? I don't know what that was, but there was a sudden blast of cold air, and I'm getting out of here.
Footage was posted 10 years ago, making it by far the oldest video on this list. But even so, this video continues to unsettle viewers. Those who've seen it, which very few have, can seem to explain what was captured. In it, a woman is seen dancing by herself at her party, when suddenly, something in the background is caught on camera. This is what was caught. Strangely, a small child just disappears while climbing up the stairs. It happens quickly, almost too quickly, that it seems like something ghostly was caught on tape. But even stranger is that no children were present at the party, or at least that's what the person who took this video claims. If no children had been there, then who was this? But most importantly, how exactly did they vanish in just a matter of seconds? Like most videos, there has yet to be a definitive answer to this question. A woman named Hannah claims that the college where her mother works is believed to be heavily haunted. Her mom often arrives early in the morning, and whenever she's alone, she experiences disturbing paranormal activity. She's heard a disembodied voice quietly whisper her name, and has watched doors lock and unlock by themselves with no one around. Several coworkers have reported their own terrifying encounters, but none had ever captured solid evidence, until the day a janitor pulled out his phone and recorded this. After hearing an odd sound coming from a nearby room, he walked inside with his camera already rolling. As he scanned the area, one of the baby dolls suddenly shifted completely on its own. The movement is almost impossible to explain. He wasn't close to it, and nothing else appeared to be touching it. The doll jerked sharply to the right, sending the janitor sprinting out of the room in pure panic. And honestly, this is exactly why dolls will forever be one of the creepiest things in any haunting.